Back with another Sherwood Ford giant offseason question here on the Nation Network YouTube. And this week's question has nothing really to do with the Oilers, at least directly. It's about their provincial rivals, the Calgary Flames, who made another big move today, signing Nazem Kadri to a 7-year contract worth $7 million per season. Kadri is in, Huberdeau's in, Mackenzie Weegar's in, Gaudreau, Tkachuk, Monahan are out. That begs the question. Are the Calgary Flames better than they were last season? Well, let's dig into this thing, starting with the forward group. That's where the most changes were made for this Flames team. They lost out on Gaudreau and Tkachuk, who combined for 219 points in the regular season last year. They were both critical play drivers for the Calgary Flames, a massive reason why that team was able to win the Pacific Division last season, but neither of them had particularly great playoff runs. The Flames are going to miss their play driving at both even strength and on the power play, and they did do a pretty good job replacing them, all things considered. I think you really have to give GM Brad Treliving a round of applause for the way he was able to maneuver his way through this offseason, where he lost a couple of core pieces of that franchise. While I do like the way he recovered, the forward group still just isn't as dynamic as it was last season. Kadri's great, but last year was the first time in his career he put up over a point per game. Huberdeau's fantastic as well, but he's more of an assist guy. He doesn't drive the offense with his goal scoring either, so there is some added pressure on players like Lindholm and Mangiapane to keep up their goal scoring production last year. Now that they have players like Kadri and Huberdeau playing in the top six with them, the forward group not as good as it was last season, although it is a little bit different, and it could actually be better fit for playoff hockey. On the blue line, that's where the Flames improved. Mackenzie Weegar is a legit top-tier, top-four defenseman in the NHL, and if they can get him locked up, their blue line might just not be the best in the league this coming season, but it could be the best in the league for a long time. You pair that with the fact that Jacob Markstrom is between the pipes of them and Daryl Sutter is behind the bench. This Flames team is going to be very difficult to generate offense against. It feels like, in a way, when you consider, again, Sutter, the goaltending, and how strong this blue line is with the addition of Weegar, and how strong they are down the middle defensively with Kadri, Lindholm, and Michael Backlund. This Flames team feels like it's almost built to stop the Edmonton Oilers. They're built to shut down high-powered offenses, and that's exactly what Edmonton has, and that's Edmonton's bread and butter. So the Flames got, in different ways, maybe better, but as a whole, can they knock off the Oilers? Can they win the Pacific for a second straight season? I'm not willing to go that far, and that's why my answer to the question of did the Flames get better since last season, I'm going to go ahead and say no. They just lost a little bit too much firepower up front, in my opinion. Now, there still is time for them to build up some firepower and get some more goal scoring in their lineup before the regular season starts, but for right now, even though it's close, even though Brad Treliving did a great job rebounding from a tough situation, I don't think the Flames are quite as good. It's close, but they're not quite as good as they were last season. I want to hear from you. Give me your take, drop it in the comments, and don't forget to hammer that subscribe button.